Keys to producing Bible faith. Let me give you a few keys right now. Someone is about to fire unbelief out of your life once and for all, that you will begin to produce extraordinary results that will surprise you, that those who knew you January will turn and say, what happened to you from last week to this week? What shifted? And you tell them, my faith from little faith is moved to exceeding great faith. Keys to producing Bible faith. Write it down, please. No shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow you will light up, no shadow you will light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Now please sit down. Listen, I tell you sincerely, I may not claim to understand everything. I'm a student also, even in the school of faith, but believe me when I tell you I know what I'm talking about. The things that we have seen, the things that we have heard, the things that our hands have handled, even of the word of life, this is what we teach. If you pay attention to what I'm about to share with you, you will manifest Bible faith and command the supernatural in a way that you will be surprised. The mountain you are seeing is only relative to the size of your faith. Listen, a little ant hill, with respect to the ant, it is a skyscraper, but with respect to man, it is something you just walk over. Your faith can add your height in the spirit. You become a giant in the spirit, and now join the heroes of faith who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, shut the mouth of lions. Are you ready? Please sit down very quickly. Key number one: what does it take to produce Bible faith that commands the supernatural? Number one, light. The first key that controls Bible faith is light, the power of knowledge. Put light/knowledge. Light, knowledge. Knowledge of what? The promises of God. Knowledge of what? The principles of the kingdom. Light. You dominate with respect to the kind of spiritual illumination that you have. Please listen to me. Listen very carefully. You will never rise beyond the level of light and illumination that you have. Psalms 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, and all the foundations of the earth are out of course. Our fathers have cried over the issue of light, high level spiritual illumination, the opening of a man's eyes to know the ways of God. I've taught you here, every koinonia service is a feast of light. God opening our eyes. It takes light to turn night to day. It does not just take time, it takes light. You can be in a dark stadium and then on all the lights, and the lights can come with a coordinated effort and turn that night in that stadium to look like day. That people can play a football match in the night, and yet when you are viewing you think it is day, because of the level of light that is there. Everybody say light. Most believers are ignorant of the promises of God. Most believers are ignorant of the principles of the kingdom. It is the reason why many people cannot manifest Bible faith. Question: what do you know that God has said concerning your finances? What do you know that God has said concerning your excelling in life? What do you know that God has said concerning victory over demons, over principalities and powers? Your faith must be based on what God said. Question: do you know what he has said? And do you know all he has said? Because he did not just say one thing alone. I have taught you here, when Satan came to Jesus, the reply of Jesus was, it is written. It is written, man shall not live by bread. It is written, it is written, it is written. Even when he was manifesting his purpose and destiny, lo, I come in the volume of the book, as it is written of me to do thy will. There are things that have been written concerning you. Do you know them? Can I tell you this? It was not Apostle Paul that wrote them. It was not Peter that wrote them. It was not the minor and the major prophets that wrote them. Holy men wrote as they were inspired. It was the Holy Ghost speaking through the mouth and the hands of men. I know what he has said, that I shall be the head and not the tail. I believe it. That I will be above and not beneath. I believe it. Listen, make up your mind to be childlike when it comes to the issue of faith. There is no big manism with faith. Many times the things of faith look very elementary, so many people in an attempt to show maturity, they ignore these things to their peril. It is this childlike approach that has produced giants of faith. When you listen to fathers like Papa Copeland teaching on faith, sometimes it's so elementary, it looks like they're just, it's like a kindergarten kind of thing. Yet you look at the results, they have defended their understanding of faith for decades, and they are still doing it. Are we learning? Everybody say light. This year you must make up your mind, that your eyes and your ears will remain gates that will be flooded with light, so that your destiny will be able to command results. When you know little, you cannot do much with little. This is a kingdom that is knowledge dependent. This is the kingdom that is knowledge dependent. Dear people of God, go and find out. Let me tell you this, there is a kind of knowledge that you need. How to know what you don't know. You have to learn how to know what you do not know, how to find out what you do not know. Don't wait for knowledge to come and meet you. Search for it. My finances is not working, and you can take a day or two, listen to me, in prayer and fasting. Maybe you are a man of God and ministry is struggling financially. Deal with it so that it does not distract you in the future. You don't want to have to manipulate people because of financial pressures. Open down my eyes that I may behold wondrous things from out of thy law. Lord, I want to walk in integrity as a minister. Open my eyes to sort this area once and for all. And light from heaven, you will see something you have been looking at but was not seeing. And when you stand on the strength of that light, it said, ride prosperously because of truth. When you find truth, they are life to those who find them, and health to their flesh. I look at my life today, and with all humility, I thank God for the time and the attention I gave to certain things. I am grateful to Jesus for granting me that attentiveness. Ministry today would have been a disaster if these keys were not found. Let me charge you, therefore, some of you may need to minimize running around and sit down. It is time to feast on light. Light with proof. Are we together? You're a man of God and it looks like the supernatural manifestation of the hand of God is not seen in your life. No miracles, no signs and wonders. You can stay with the word. I remember a time in my life I had my phone had there's this audio, all the words of Jesus, only the words of Jesus, the words of Jesus alone, not any other word. Everything Jesus said in the Bible, they compressed it in an MP3. I would listen to it and sleep and wake up and listen to it and sleep and wake up and listen. I want to hear what Jesus is saying. He must talk to me. Everything in the Gospels down to Revelation, it will repeat. I will put it on auto repeat, and I don't know if it's an advice